life is pretty rough, right? Rough in the sense like there's a lot. It's always a challenge. It's always a trouble that you face. Not every day, but enough that you like, man, life is rough, bro.
And then you'll think you have it figured out. And it's always another problem. It's always another obstacle.
It's like
It's always something there.
It's a season of life, but even once you get to a certain season, there's always a new season.
Most definitely.
Like even when you think about it, you get old. Now you gotta face like the troubles that come with being old. Your body wearing out, your medical issues. Hopefully you keep your mind. But my question is, man, like kind of connected to what I was just saying about how we have no foundation of truth. I think as we get older, we realize more and more that we are less in control. We don't really know how to do things properly all the time, most of the time. Like, how do you think how do you deal with realizing those things? Or do you, like, how often do you think about, like, the things that you learned, like the mistakes, and that you use those, like, going forward? You know what I'm saying? Like, your experiences.
I think about them a lot. And I think about them too much to a level that I kind of, and I hate to use this word, it would cover with me, but I become a bigot sometimes with people because it's like, I don't understand. Like, I have many different walks of life, and I've been a very emotional person. But I've also, through the time, because, the emotional stages of me, when I was like a younger stage, like, the 18s through 21s, falling in love for the first time, getting your heart broke, don't know how to really control it, just screaming at the girl, calling out out of the name. And I didn't understand to the level of like, what was I really doing? Like, damn, I'm really letting somebody get the best of me emotionally. So then it got to a level because I'm not, I hate when people try to come with this God complex on these podcasts and act like they don't get emotional no more. And they just, things cannot happen where they can bring, heavy emotions out of someone. So like, it does happen. It does happen. But two things that I've always, that I've learned is that some people out there that you're going to have to cut off. You're going to have to get away from. You're going to have to distance yourself away from because these are people that want to bring out a heavy emotion in you. And we all have these kind of toxic people in our lives that bring out heavy emotions to us that we have to, deal with a long-handled spoon, or deal with them sporadically. You just can't really deal with them because that at the end of the day, it's gonna crash out. It always happens. It's always this way. So you just distance yourself away from the people. And then two is like on a minor scale is like a lot of times like I'm not gonna say any names, but someone had inboxed me and said some kind of like crazy stuff and like owed me when it just went straight to the emotion part of the reply. Like when I flooded with the emotion, who the think you talking to? But I didn't go that route. I was, I had to think about it.
You're mature.
I had to respond to a level where I'm not, where I'm not flooded by emotion. Where I'm mad or feel like I gotta, talk to. So, get a logical term out of it, get a logical sense out of the whole conversation.
And that's wisdom, man. Like, understanding like life is short, man. And it can be shortened just by letting your emotions get the best of you.
Most definitely. Like, dumb decision.
Like I always think about Nipsey Hussle and that scene, like, you see that guy in the exchange word, and you come back and just kill him. Like, no way in the world, like, shit something escalate like that. But I think we see many scenarios and situations in our experiences.
And that's why, like, I even warn, like, my little cousins and You know, all the little bros that that's on the block. Like, bro, are you really ready for the street?
No.
You're not, because it's unpredictable.
He thinks some beats in the background is me, that's gonna be like some music gonna be tied to his experience in the street. It's like
It's unpredictable.
it's
It's
unpredictable.
unpredictable. You don't
In a
know.
music video,
You don't know what you're gonna see in the streets. You just don't.
you don't know what your consequences are gonna bring.
You don't know what's gonna happen.
You don't know. Like people don't think. Like I think it's crazy. Like people act, and I get it. Like we do it. Sometimes we do it without even thinking, but we act and we don't consider the consequences, the fallout. And when we do, sometimes people think that they can control or kind of maneuver the consequence that may come, the fallout. You know, like try to get away with a thing. But like, bro, it's like you don't know the weight of your consequence. Like you do something and you think you're being strategic. Like people think they smart or they crafty, but really they just going off their desires to do a thing and really do it. Like it's like think I remember this girl in college like got killed when I was a freshman. Pretty girl, her name was Lala, and these girls like kidnapped her in a minivan, took her to Calumet River, was beaten up, bashing her head in, and then dumped in the river. It was all over a dude.
Oh shit.
And I was like, but now you still got to do, because now you're in prison. Like it's like people don't think about they just blind, like truly blinded by their emotions. And it's not just even like in lashing out, but like even like in conversations, like people don't. When people are triggered, most of the time it's triggered because they feel they lost a confidence in like maybe like a conversation, a disagreement. Then they get blinded by emotions.
That's why I always tell people like the streets is not really full of men. It's full of emotional boys. Because niggas don't. Because men like one of the biggest lessons I learned when I was in prison. That's why I don't be quick to just fight and send clubs up and get into it with people. I was in there with an OG man, and he told me, man, he's just like two real men would never have to come to hands, because we use logic. And if we do got to come to hands, we got the right to kill each other. Because why are we even going to this level? As a man, you're supposed to be able to address an issue, talk an issue out, feel the issue, say what you feel like you got messed up at, hear another man out, and y'all should be able to get to the bottom of that. But then, a lot of this stuff is like inherited beef, and, like, that's why hood beef is like the stupidest shit ever. Because we could be from a neighborhood, these dudes could be from a neighborhood. Two people from our neighborhood got into it, two people from that neighborhood. It's 30 of us over there, it's 30 of them over there. We don't know these guys from a can of paint. They could be good fellas, you feel me? They could be good people. We just don't know. But we got so much loyalty to our blocks, to our brothers. We like, shit, we got to go get on these guys. We finna slide. Now there's a fight. And we jump them. They jump us. Gun gets knocked. Now two people dead, three people dead. And it's all this cycle.
Well, first of all, it takes a lot of courage for somebody to have a conversation, because in having a conversation, you might have to be stand corrected, and people don't. It takes courage to do that, because humility is a superpower. It's a rare strength. People think it's a weakness, but it's not. And humility can change things from going tragic to like just being like, wow, that was amazing, you know. But I think what's even harder is when two men come together and they can't agree, and then there is somebody who is trying to really maybe even try to maybe seem like he bullying. You know what I'm saying? But I think that I believe to your point, there's always a way, always to a point, obviously, but there's always a way to de-escalate things. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, then, I'm saying two men. I ain't saying a man and an ignorant nigga.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, a lot of times we get confused and you want to talk to this man as a man, and he's not a man. You don't stand for the same principles as a man. You don't have no morals. You don't have no purpose out here. So as a man, I feel like any man, it should be like deep down innately in you to have a purpose. So if you don't have no purpose out here, I can't really respect you as a man. And then when I look at these kind of guys, a lot of people that's, and this is women too, okay, just strictly young, but there's a lot of people that just moving out here in the world with no purpose. No purpose at all. They're gonna go, go along, get along. Whatever the news tell me to do,
it's called being lost,
whatever social media tell me to do, I'm gonna do that. So if you have a purpose, that's a different thing.
If people got purpose, man. If people purpose is to get money. That's a purpose. And that could be just as listen.
That ain't no purpose.
Listen. See, that's when
you basically your purpose is to get money. What do you stand behind? Get money for what? Get money.
They want to get money to their family.
That means you're gonna sell your soul.
Listen,
that's your whole purpose.
Listen, I think that people don't do most anything other than for the pursuit of money. You don't work a job just because you enjoy working a job. You work your job so you can make some money. Your pursuit, your purpose. Listen, in our society,
and it's in the world too. Like Uncle Sam told you.
Listen,
get a job, build the economy, work down,
build the pyramids, build the storehouses. That's all we do. We build pyramids, aka skyscrapers, and buildings, and the banks and the storehouses for their money. That's our main. Our labor is like we was even talking about the immigrant. Like where they get all this money. I can tell you where they get their money from. They get the money from the people's labor. Like people going to work. They go get a new car. Car depreciates the moment it goes off the lot. They still got to go and hustle to make that money. People's purpose is making money. More than you think. People don't even think about themselves like that. Your purpose is making money because you're in a survival mode. It's survival mode. If you don't, matter of fact, that people don't want to be odd man out. They don't want to be broke, busted, and disgusted, especially in a society where the powers that be have gotten us to look at each other like that. Oh, bro, you ain't got no bread. You broke, nigga. And then what people want to do? They got to go and make that bread. They got to go make their money, get that bag.
Classes Listen. You got the black bourgeoisie. You got the petty black people who look down on people. Oh yeah, you ain't getting no money. You ain't getting no bread.
And you ain't never had no bread. You know what it is, man? It's a huge distraction because while some people have money, some people have not, some people have enough, whatever. But people's lives, bro, like one thing we never ever learn is that it never sets a foundation for you. It may afford you the things you want to do, places you want to go, the fun you want to do, people you want to be seen, you want to get praised. Oh, he got a lot of money. Oh, he's doing well with stuff. But I'm telling you, man, I think that we live in the most stressed out country in the world, the most diseased in the world. Like, there's so much depression. Like, because I think that you reap what you sow. You want to sow going, and again, people are survival mode. They're doing what they feel like they have to do. And a lot of times they want more because more looks like more satisfaction, more peace, more joy. Well, people always realize that there's never an end to it.
There ain't no peace.
Like there is no peace. There is no joy. Like the joy is temporary.
No, you said that joy. Don't get me wrong. You might go to Hawaii. You might go to Bali. You might go to Greece. You might get that little piece.
Yeah.
And then,
but it's temporary.
When that 7-day vacation is over, and you come back to Chicago, or go back to your family problems in the street. There you go.
Listen. It's amazing to me that the world is so big that in a lifetime you can't see it all. Even if you live 100 years, it is too big, vast. Even though that most of the earth is uninhabitable, more than habitable, right? But you still can't see. And with that being said, most people never get to experience even a fraction of being outside of their places where they live, the country that they were raised in, the country that they were born in, the state they were born in, the city they were born in, right? And most of the time, it's because, and people who will want to, is that people ain't got the time. They feel like they don't have the money, the resources. Like when you see these like verbal commercials and you look online how much it costs to rent a mansion, like you want to go to, bro. A lot of people know that they cannot have that experience in a country where You should have every opportunity to do that, especially with the labor that you put in, right? And I feel like this, man. When we look at our grandparents, our parents, how many years they worked, and at the end of their life, how much money they bring in, what they can afford.
That shit fucked up.
It is fraudulent.
That shit is terrible.
It's fraudulent.
Like when I listen to and then that's when I'm like, man, this shit is not even fair for real. Cause they tell you you'll be a hard working man. My great grandfather worked hard, man. All them kids, and he didn't leave this long.
But you know what they do? They blame the individual for not being smart enough, or not being, maybe he didn't work hard enough, maybe he made bad decisions, whatever it may be. It's not even that it's necessarily said verbatim, but that's the message. Like when you think about, everybody's afraid of being poor and broke, so they want to go work hard. They want to work hard so they can feel good about achieving things, right? And that's not a bad thing.
And then they don't be
because again, nobody would work unless they got paid. Otherwise, people sleep at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. People enjoy
living.
They live,
Man, what? They just
right?
love life.
They love life. And I think it would be a much healthier thing if people could create and not be stressed and having to go do it. But that's not the world we live in. And so I think a lot of our problems, everything we talk about is stemmed on this. It's foundational. Everything that we see in the world, the news and all that, it's all symptomatic of a deeper issue, bro. This country, I want to make a promise to the people, like you said. You know, what's the American creed? Everybody should have the pursuit of happiness. They should be able to benefit from the fruits of their labor. And bro, that's just not, it's not a true thing. And it's
right now, it just shows you where America's at. Because historically, there's some shit that should be happening. It should be a Boston Tea Party happening right now.
People have too much bread and circus. We have too many nice restaurants. We have sports. We have our television. We got our Wi-Fi. We got our Bluetooths. We got our nice cars. We got our big GPS screens in our cars. I mean, we have luxuries, bro. Like we have comforts. Like when you leave that hard working job and you stress your time, people at least want to be able to get in a nice car. You know what I'm saying? And drive through traffic. You know what I'm saying?
Go to a pizza shop,
you know, go to a nice condo crib. You know, that really they only get to live in for a couple hours. And it's really they going back outside of that.
1/3 of their life.
But that's what was great about COVID, because it slowed everybody down. People realized what life was really like. You know what I'm saying? People didn't know that life could be this good. You know what I'm saying? Like they can stay at home, they can work from home, and not have to go outside.
Kids didn't have to go to school.
We ain't gotta pay all the daycare. Now, obviously, everybody, it was depending on circumstances and people's financial situations, because it wasn't the same for everybody.
Yeah, well done.
But when you think about it, man, end of the day, people got a taste of something. That's why nobody wanted to work. That's why nobody, like everybody was trying to become an influencer or something. Like they wanted to do something other than go back to that office. Like the young kids, they don't want to go to jobs. The millennials, they don't want to work in these offices. Like they realize they got a taste of something. They got a taste. A lot of these people who in the workforce now don't even know what it means to work in an office. It's the online work from home thing now. And bro, you go and you see a lot of these buildings are empty. There's a lot of empty buildings, bro. Like you don't understand. And they're trying to fill them back. Corporate trying to get the people back, but people don't even want to do this because I'm gonna tell you. See, one thing your country can never do is lose the confidence of their people. And the confidence is waning, bro. It's waning. But not yet. Because people still have luxuries. People still have pleasantries. I can still go up the street and get me a nice dessert. I can go eat some nice, hibachi grill. I can still
Japanese steakhouse.
You know what I'm saying? You can still find you some, some comforts, a lot of comforts.
Oh yeah.
I mean, listen, the NBA is still going. Basketball's interesting.
Go to the dispensary.
Go to the dispensary.
I heard smoke.
Listen, as long as people have enough distractions, people will never. That's the point of it. And the thing is, they make money off of your distractions.
Liquor store.
Liquor stores, weeds, and I mean, it's so amazing. Like things that are not even talked about. Not people are not even mad enough about it. Like the weed is legal now, and people are making millions of dollars while they arrested millions of people. Like it's like we live in a twilight zone. Like don't nobody. And when you bring it up, it's almost like this is not important. We gotta get our money. We got money to make. We got bills to pay.
The governor is one of the biggest. He's deep in the weed industry. Princeton Farms.
Listen. Like, I think one of the things that I want to share with the world, not even the world, bro. Let me say it. One thing I want to share with those who want to hear. I want to share my experience, as brief as it's been, because I've been paying attention. I've been paying attention, and I'm not in hot pursuit of what most people are in hot pursuit of, bro. And I can't always reconcile it in the world that we live in. I just don't care about certain things that I'm told to care about. You know, the most important thing to me is to be a present father. I'm a present father because I didn't have a present father, and I found that to be something that I really wanted to do. I didn't know that right away. Like, bro, like when you go to college, I was 18 going to college. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I wanted. Matter of fact, I can't tell you that I really discovered who I was until even like late into my 30s. Like, who am I? You know what I'm saying? Like, what I want to do. But what we were talking about earlier, connecting, like, I remember being young and being told, because my cousins went to college and, whatever. And then it's like, you were told you got to go get a job and make some good money. Okay, it's cool. But I realized, like, bro, that's the message that he gives to everybody. As unique as we all are, none of us really understand that the world is waiting for us to discover who we are. So that the money will come to us. The world will pay you for who you are when you discover who you are. But we don't know that. We think that we got to go and buy Gucci coat. Bro, like we literally want to become something. We want to be branded.
Get the biggest wheels, man. Let's go to man.
Listen, we are taught to be branded, literally. I mean, I like Polo, like I like Mercedes Benz. Those are nice brands, but we want to be branded, but we don't, because we don't ever discover that we are the brand, and you don't realize this until later, and then you feel like you're behind the game, right? Because you invested all of this thought, or halfway invested. Matter of fact, no, you realize the reason why you wasn't passionate about what you was doing in college and all that, because it was something that you was missing, that nobody told you that you had yet discovered or even started to pursue. And it is the identity of who you are. Like, I want to be comfortable. I want to have things for my wife, my children. I want to provide for them. They don't have to worry about anything, right? That's easier said than done. Easier said than done. Especially when you realize what you didn't know and that the damn game is rigged. and
it ain't about your education, bro. It's about who you know.
You know what?
Because there's people that's outperforming these guys. These guys got degrees and stuff. And motherfuckers putting their cousins up in these jobs.
Listen, man.
Listen. You think you're stupid.
You gotta learn how to work smarter and not harder. That's the key. Like, they tell the people who gonna chase money that you gotta work harder. And again, I don't even call people lazy, bro. A lot of people. So there's some people who are unmotivated, but bro, I think this, man. I think that
some people tired, man.
People tired, bro.
Some people need a break.
Listen,
man.
People, you don't know what people have been through. Like, you don't know how people grew up, and people like to dismiss other people's problems so quick.
And then, like, we'll take from people that, like, oh, he's not here, like, but you don't know what this man did all this day. This nigga woke up 6 in the morning, took a kid whatever. Took his grandma here, took everywhere. Man, this man did really just locally. Like when you do the math of like the miles you done drove and stuff, this man probably done drove him in Detroit in a day.